Hello, this is H.C. Bailey, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XII! Since last time, I've learned a lot of new abilities for my new party members, and I've listed all that in the video description there, if I can remember. And I've also rearranged my Gambits, too, so let's take a look at what we got here. Well, basically the way I'm setting up my party is Vaan and Basch are going to be my tanks, since... Well, usually they have the most HP, but not right now because of the way I have my equipment set up. Their base HP is usually the best. Balthier and Fran will be my DPS characters, who are pretty much just going to be attacking most of the time. And Ashe and Pinello are going to be my pure mages. Well, not pure mages, they'll still do melee, but they're going to use mage-type equipment for their armor eventually. I haven't gotten it yet. But so anyway, my tanks are going to use this Gambit setup. My DPS characters are going to use this setup. And you can see Basch has the same setup as Vaan. And my mages are going to have this setup. And they're the ones who are going to be doing most of the curing from now on. Although I will have my other characters still do some healing too. They won't be quite as effective as the mages, but they'll do fine. And by the way I'm going to be using my parties now is pretty much I'm going to use one character from each of those three roles. So I'm using Basch as my tank, Balthier DPS, Pinello as my pure mage there. So now let's visit the Marquis and get our revenge for throwing us in jail. Well, what, the guards know? You were the ones who arrested us last time, dude.
When Vossler learned my father had been killed the night of the treaty signing, he returned to Ravenaster, there to aid my escape.
He left Basch for dead.
Before Vane's reach extended too far. We thought that you could protect me.
So he ran while
Vane
had his airships.
That you had taken your own life. I must have seemed a model citizen of the Empire.
Yeah, you'd done
the
wrong.
The announcement, you see, was Vane's suggestion.
Blame everything on him.
At the time I was reluctant, but I could not perceive his reasons. Now it is clear he meant to drive a wedge between us.
Halim, we are past all this. Busherba must stand with us. We can stop Vane.
Put your entire city at risk for my little kingdom, please. But I don't want to. I have power.
I once knew a girl whose only wish was to be carried in her uncle's arms.
I'd be happy to do that for you again.
Your Majesty is a woman grown now.
Then Busherba will aid me.
Suppose for a moment you were to defeat Vane. What then?
The game would be over.
You cannot simply rebuild your kingdom with the only proof of your birthright stolen. Without
What do you mean by that?
The Grand Kiltias on Boomises cannot and will not recognize your Majesty as the rightful heir.
Well, we'll have the army then.
You
if
may
we can
yet
defeat
be a
him.
princess, but without proof of your identity, you are powerless. You will remain with me. We do nothing till the time is right.
I cannot just wait.
Then what does your Majesty propose we do?
Defeat Vane?
Uncle
Form a
Halim.
resistance? Do something remotely practical like every other Final Fantasy game?
Incidentally, what is the going rate for rescuing princesses these days? Food would be a start. The good stuff, mind you.
This can be arranged, though it will take some time.
Time enough for a bath, I hope. Dirty business, you know. Best bring a change of clothes, too.
Yes, Your Majesty. They don't have baths in Final Fantasy games. This is a JRPG. What are you on, Balthier? What, no one sees that ship sticking out like a sore thumb? Oh. What's she doing?
What are you doing? This is Balthier's ship.
I'm going to retrieve the Dawn Shard. It's the proof that I need. I know where it's hidden.
Then why didn't you tell him?
I'll return his airship later.
Are you crazy?
This is something that I have to do. Not only for myself, but for all those who have fallen. I will not be made to hide. I'll fight alone if I must.
You still have Basch, right? Besides, you can't just go around stealing people's ships. What are you trying to do?
Why not?
I'm trying to concentrate.
That's quite enough, Your Majesty.
Sir?
What do you think?
A bit over the top.
I
You never know when something like this might come in handy.
I'm trying to concentrate.
Trying to think of a Home Alone 2 reference.
I'm leaving you with the Marquis.
You can't.
Trust me, you're better off staying here.
Suppose you kidnapped me instead. You're a sky pirate, aren't you? Then steal me. Is that so much to ask?
What is it with kidnapping
you
women in
have that
these
I would
games?
The Dynasty
The good
King's
guys doing
treasure.
it.
The Dawn
Ooh.
Shard is but one of the riches that lie waiting in King Wraithwall's tomb.
Booty! No, not that kind of
you
booty,
say?
you perverts.
Kidnapping royalty is a serious offense. It won't do much to lower the bounty on your head.
How much is the price on your head these days, I wonder?
Allow me to escort you.
I
in
love you,
place.
Balthier.
Will you be joining us?
What? Are you kidding?
We have no
I wanna
point to
stick
stick
around
around in
someplace.
this plot
I'm
anymore.
coming too.
Penelo?
Don't leave me here.
Of course not.
Of course
That's
not. This is
settled.
the
We should leave
JRPG.
before the Marquis realizes she's missing, like proper kidnappers.
Yeah, Vaan and Penelo, they, not really much of a reason to be around, but, well, they're going to be. So, there you go. Oh, wow, we got lots of cutscenes today. Holy cow. The giant sword in the middle of the city. What is this, Super Mario RPG? No. No. That game always ends up being, like, high on my list to consider, but it never makes the final cut for some reason. I don't know why. Huh. I guess I'm just not that familiar with the game. I play games in the order in which I'm familiar with them. So. Uh-oh, Golbez is back. Or, what did Vane call him? Gabranth? What an amazing name. It's a big city you got there. Totally not a ripoff of
Dr.
Coruscant.
Sid, does this set Draclaw?
I have confirmed he receives funds from Lord Vane. His agency in the fall of Nabudis is also certain.
Isn't
Yet,
that good?
with Judge Zekt, who led the assault, missing, the truth remains difficult to ascertain.
The long, cold years have clouded my eyes. I cannot see my own son's heart.
Uh-oh, he's coughing. He's a dead man.
My lord,
Pretty much.
This illness will claim me.
Man, everyone seems to know the
So
JRPG rules around
Who
here.
is to be my successor? The Senate fears the capable Peregrine Vane. They prefer a young, fledgling emperor.
Well, isn't Vane next in line?
Once in the past, I laid siege to your homeland.
the Republic of Landis is long since gone. My allegiance lies wholly with the Empire.
Perhaps. But what of your brother? He did not accept us as you did. He fled to Dalmasca. Did you never think to follow him?
I follow his every move. He is an enemy of the Empire. He will be cut down.
I like the play on words there, Gabran.
So you would kill even your own brother for the Empire. Be that as
Wouldn't
it
these
may,
questions have been
Gabran,
better to ask before you made him a
your
judge?
ruthlessness is not without merit. But it must not become this way with Larsa. You must ensure that it does not.
So then you ask me to be his sword, to strike where he might not.
Rather be his shield. Gabranth,
Who would want to kill a
keep
nice
your
little
close
kid like
watch
that?
on Vane.
Oh.
His is the keenest blade of all.
My lord.
Do this for me, Gabranth. I could not bear to see my sons war with each other again.
You're going to. And he dies. Or, no, he's still alive. For those who haven't figured it out, Gabranth is Basch's twin brother. I don't know if they ever so directly state it for quite some time, but you can pretty much tell based on, if you put the pieces of the dialogue together, you can figure it out, even though they don't look alike very much right now. But, well, you get the idea. So that's what he meant by following his brother there. So, well, all right, we're in the Westersand. We haven't been there in a while. Whoa! Got a cloaking device and everything. You got a Cuisinart on that thing too?
Handy often?
It's tough being popular. Wouldn't want any admirers dropping in while we're away. Well now, that's as far as she goes. We'll be in yacht from here onwards.
Why?
Across the Sand Sea, to the Valley of the Dead, and to King Wraithwall's tomb below.
So when you're in yacht, skystones don't work at all. That's why we gotta hoof it the rest of the way, you see?
So then, why did you bother hiring Balthier for his airship if we can't use it to get
Be a
anywhere?
sky pirate. You gotta know your... Hey, what do you mean for a change?
Come on.
Thought to
Ah.
bring entertainment.
Oh yeah? Says who? You wanna see what they think?
Oh, come on. Facepalm. Facepalm! No! That doesn't count! That's not a facepalm! You gotta do the full-on facepalm there. Oh, man. Okay, well, first things first, we want to get back to Rabanastre. And even though we have access to Balthier's airship, we basically can't use it to go anywhere useful. So it's like, why did... She hired him for his airship, right? I mean, not just to be kidnapped, because, I mean, she could have found a way to escape relatively easily. She doesn't need the bodies. She's got a whole resistance force who works for her, so I don't understand why... Well, I suppose it makes more sense than why Vaan and Penelo are involved in the plot. Oh, I'm not, like, seriously griping here. I mean, I don't put that much value on the story anyway. I'm just saying that that's something that I was just noticing. I was like, yeah, why did she hire him? I don't know. But anyway, at this point, we can talk to the kitchen again. Oh. Oh, yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, you should have thought it through! Now, remember, you're supposed to do that right now, but I mean, remember her for later. You're supposed to talk to her basically after every single major plot advancement in the game. And when you talk to her, she'll have a new question or response that you're supposed to give her. And once you do that, then you advance the side quest a little bit with her. So, but just remember that for later. But anyway, since we've cleared some of those hunts, let's talk to Mont Blanc. We've raised our rank here, so we get, remedies. Those aren't cheap. Oh, no more hunts and any more rewards? Or no? Oh, that was it. Oh, okay. Well, I'll meet you at the Sand Sea, because there's another hunt that we can pick up while we're there. Okay, we made it over here, so let's get a new hunt. The Wyvern Lord hunt. So, let's go take care of it. It's in the area where we're heading into the plot, towards the Sand Seas over there. The real Sand Seas. The Sand Sea here is just a nickname, but the real Sand Sea is to the west. And we got more desert! I hope you like walking through 5 hours of desert, viewers! Haha! But anyway, before we do that, let's make some more preparations. we also got another hunt that we want to talk to the practitioner. So now we can revive party members with Magick. Cura is our first healing spell that's an AoE, so you can hit multiple party members with it, not just one. So other spells, I don't particularly care for them, but Sleep is going to be very useful. Oil, Berserk is very useful. It forces you to auto-attack, and it increases your damage and speed quite a bit, too. So that's pretty nice. I'm not going to use it right now, but you could. It prevents you from casting magic, obviously, since you're doing everything. Well, you're automatically attacking, so. But anyway, let's head on over here. I'm going to buy my equipment off screen. I'll list everything in the video description. But anyway, there we go. How's it going? Oh, really? Sure, why not? Sounds like a great idea. Oh. Oh, yeah, that would be pretty bad. Well, what do you care? You don't... Well, yeah, I guess you do kind of live here, but... It's not your city. Oh. Well, it's nice to know that not all the soldiers are complete jerks. So, sure. Wyvern Lord, the hunt begins! Alright, there we go. And we want to get some... Well, you know what? I'll get the equipment on screen since I'm not really going to do anything else today. But one thing that I do want to do... we want to get 2 ancient swords. Now, swords are strength-based. And even so, I'm still going to get them for my mage-type character. Because you could get a mace, which is purely magic-based. But really, the Ancient Sword is just as good, even without strength-boosting equipment. And it's also in the direction, on the license board, it's in the direction of another magic-based weapon. It's only partially magic-based, but still enough to where it's useful to just head in that direction anyway. Because to get the mace license, you'd have to, like, really go out of your way to get it. So it's like, nah, let's just... get an ancient sword, it's good enough, and we'll be fine. But as long as... Oh. Okay, I need to sell some loot and to get all the money that I need, so... Okay, well, I'm gonna buy everything else off screen, and then we'll start heading on west to Wraithrall's tomb. Next time on Let's Play Final Fantasy XII! This is H.G. Bailey, signing off. Have a good day!